Couture Crafters. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It's your girl Matt Cox with MA Couture Crafting. And right now we are talking about cotton and chocolate. Very, very funny random story. Before my true quilting journey had even begun, I used to go hang out at the quilt shows at QuiltCon. There was one in Pasadena, California, and I don't know why I was there. I probably popped up on social media and I was like, that looks interesting. I'll go to just about anything. You can catch me at a rodeo, a quilt show, you just never know where I'll be. So I was walking around and I think I brought my mother. I brought my mother to this particular show with me. So I think this is the second time that I've gone. So we went and we walked past this booth and it was cotton and chocolate, and there was a lovely woman there who was super nice and inviting and came over and she started talking about, she was talking about English paper piecing, where she does the hexagons, but she sews them together on her machine. We bought the hexagons like we were really going to do that project. Nobody was sewing at that time. I certainly wasn't quilting. I don't know why. She was just a good sales lady and it felt right. But something else that I purchased was a jelly roll. And it is actually the jelly roll that I used on my very first quilt. I will insert a picture right here. I loved it. It was just beautiful and it was sitting there and it was just, I don't know what I thought that I was going to do with it. I don't even know if I knew that it was called a jelly roll, but it had those beautiful ombre strips, and she sold me my very first fabric for my very first quilt. And I finally got a chance to go to her store. They moved during the pandemic into a beautiful, bright, open store with some of the most gorgeous samples. You guys know that I am all about quilt samples, being in a quilt store. It helps me get an idea of the store. It helps me learn. It helps me see things that I might want to do. Love samples. And this store has a ton of them. They were very, very friendly and nice. And they have a big classroom and they have classes that are going on. And they have some serious classes, like some really, really nice classes. I will probably take one there in the near future. So if you guys want to see what it looks like in cotton and chocolate through my lens, please keep watching. If you guys haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe. I love talking to you guys. All right, I will see you guys on my next video. All right, bye-bye. So one of the things that I really like about this store were all of the samples. I love to see a ton of samples when I go into a quilt store. They don't have to be big, but I want to see a bunch of them. I want to know what people are working on. I want to know what classes they offer. And the cool thing about their quilt samples is that many of them are kits and classes. So if you see it, you can probably find somebody here who will be able to help you make it. They actually have their classes in session right now. They opened this store during the pandemic, and so I know that that was a funky move for them. This store has it definitely has its own specific voice. It's open, it's airy. It feels kind of shabby chic, which feels like it's appropriate for the area. It's not ultra modern, I don't think, but not in a bad way or anything like that. It's just kind of got like a chicness to it. It's definitely got like a feminine kind of overtone and whatnot. I like it though. I really like this store. It's a store where I would want to just hang out. Fun fact, this is the very first person who I ever bought fabric for. I bought a jelly roll prior to quilting. I just thought it was pretty. It was an ombre jelly roll. As a matter of fact, it's the jelly roll that I used in my very, very first quilt that I do not like, but it's our history. That's okay. But I saw them at a quilt show, and everybody knows about cotton and chocolate at the quilt shows. People, they are just super, super friendly. The store, the owners have been around doing this for a very long time. Again, some shabby chic kind of fabrics. They do have some Cafe and Tula Pink and Free Spirit fabrics over on the other side, which I was happy to see, but not just a huge selection of them, which is fine. Did you see that? The little hexagon, that was what they were showcasing when I saw them at QuiltCon at the quilt convention many, many years ago. And they actually have a technique that they do where they use the sewing machine to do their English paper piecing with a small zigzag stitch. And she totally showed me and my mother how to do it. And I want to say we bought like hexies and stuff. I don't know what we were thinking we were going to do because nobody was quilting at that time. My mother still doesn't quilt, but I do. Look at that on the wall. Ugh. There were a couple of quilts that I just stared at for a very, very long time, simply because I think I want to take the classes and they're just striking and beautiful. Look at that Bargello. I liked that guy for sure. And then you have the houses and more houses and some boutiques over here. Again, very, very spacious stores, super cute, super clean, super new, and super friendly. And then don't forget to look at the tops of the shelves, guys. You never know what you'll find on the tops of shelves in quilt stores. Look at that sample there. It is gorgeous. I really enjoyed that. So if you're in the area, please stop by, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on our next video. Bye-bye.